Hey, what's going on, guys? I hope you guys are having a good day. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins, and today I wanted to talk quickly on drboycetv.com about this video I just saw. My wife brought it to me, and basically it says no voting, no vucking. And if you know the word, think of a word that rhymes with vuck, you know what I'm talking about. And it's pretty interesting, pretty heavy. And I want to sort of break this down for you and explain why these videos tend to work on certain kinds of people in our community. So get comfortable, buckle up, seatbelt. We're going to get started on drboycetv.com right now.
Here we are, clan the isms, cataclysm, great. Our people out here struggling, trying to make it in this state. Everybody out here doing it, but we the ones too late. Now family, we the ones who gotta delegate. Get that money in the power, never be fake. Stick to co-sign for 3. What did he say? Create jobs, support our own. Educate the same and buy back your home. Got 3 degrees, triple 10. 3 PhDs, now we on the CNN. DBTV, let's talk about negligence. Ignorance is bliss, but we can turn it to intelligence. Believe none of what you hear, half of what you see. Let's break it down here on Dr. Boyce TV. Here we are.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to drboycetv.com, the home for intelligent Black people. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins, and I want to say hello to everybody. Shout out the city that you're from. If you haven't done that yet, please let me know what city you're coming from. We get Black people from all over the world, and we come together to have intelligent Black conversations about things that matter for our people. So I want to say hello to Jillian Mark, RJ McKenzie, it's Rowan. How you doing? Let's see. Noodles offers ways to support and encourage Black. Okay, Patrick Smith, what's up, Dr. Boyce? How you doing? All right, so let's see. Julia from Indiana and Tuesday Watkins, how are you? Maybe we're related. Shondell Watkins, maybe we're related to you. Kelly P from Baltimore, New York City, Ontario, Canada, Bronx, New York, East St. Louis, California, Detroit, Illinois, Bryce, Texas, Fort Lauderdale. Patrick's out of Bryce, by the way. Patrick wants you to know this. Now, so let me ask y'all this. Has anybody heard about this crazy thing? There's this video, and I put it on my Instagram. My Instagram is The Real Boyce Watkins. Look for that blue check mark, because there's a lot of fake pages out there that use my name or whatever, my image. But there's this video that just came out, and it's by the rapper Trina and some other rapper named Saucy that I've never heard of. Saucy is, he's very saucy, if you know what I mean. Like, he might steal your boyfriend. He's that kind of saucy. Don't disrespect anybody who's out here stealing boyfriends, but it is what it is. And Trina and Saucy did this video, and my wife brought it to me. I woke up. She said, "Boyce, I got something I think you need to see." And I said, "Okay." I woke up, and I thought she was talking about one of the kids. I said, "Oh man, one of these kids done messed up. What's going on?" And she showed me this video. And the video, did any of y'all see it by chance? Anybody seen a piece of it? If you're on Instagram, maybe you saw it. And basically, the video, the title of the song is "No Voting, No Voting, No Vucking." And you think about a word that rhymes with vuck. I'm gonna try not to cuss, but you know what I'm talking about, the word vucking. Basically, the chorus is "No voting, no vucking, no voting, no vucking." Right. So it pretty much says, that women should. And women or anybody sleeping with men, because that could be anybody. Everybody wants to sleep with a Black man, apparently. And it's like, if they don't vote, then you should not have sex with them. That's what it says. Like, there's lines, particularly creative lines, like, "Want to get this booty, better do your civic duty." I think Saucy had that line. Saucy came out and said, "If you want to get this booty, you better do your civic duty." No offense, Saucy, but that not only makes me never want to do my civic duty, but it also makes me want to go throw up. But hey, to each his own. That's his, Saucy gonna be saucy. And then I saw another one, Trina's line. Trina needs no bit. I think Trina's about 65 years old now. How is she? Is she with AARP now or something? She one of them old rappers. She ain't got no excuse. Trina been rapping since the 40s. And she had a line. Trina had a line that said something about, "You want to gerrymander this coochie," like gerrymander this coochie. So there we go. I'm gonna try. Maybe should I try that line on my wife? But she would want me to gerrymander. Girl, I'm gonna gerrymander your. Okay. Anyway, let me stop. Do me a favor. Hit the thumbs up button. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Share. Subscribe. So let me give you a little background on this, and I'm gonna try to break this down and explain just the depths of the sheer fuckery that you're seeing all throughout politics. And the coonery's coming. The coonery's coming. It comes every year. Every time it's time to vote, they show up in those neighborhoods where they ain't done nothing for those people since before the last election, if they've ever done anything. Ain't even had a conversation with them. Coming through your hood, got crack pipes and heroin needles all over the ground, and don't even pick up the garbage in your neighborhood no more. Ain't got no jobs. Little boys thugged out, getting sent to prison in droves. No opportunities whatsoever. No economic development. So they show up to these communities and they do something real basic. Like they say, okay, let's go pay a rapper. Let's find a broke rapper. They're not hard to find. They're kind of everywhere. Most rappers are on welfare now. We know this. And let's find a broke rapper on welfare who's willing to sell their soul, and let's pay them money to do something that they think is actually helping people. Now, mind you, I'm not here to say that voting is bad or good or whatever. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. I wear this shirt. This is one of my favorite shirts. Democrat, Republican, black. I checked the black box. So the black box, it could be a Democrat box in a certain election. It could be a Republican box. It could be a libertarian box. I believe in things that we don't believe black people should have. Like I believe in things like freedom. I know y'all do. I know that that's a controversial topic for black people to actually think freely for themselves. But that's what I believe in. That's what I think. So I don't really care who you vote for. I really don't. Whoever you want to vote for or not vote for, that's really up to you, because I believe that you as a black person have the right to make the best decision for your family. Can I get an amen in the chat? Give me an amen in the chat if you agree that it's okay for every person in this chat to make the decision that is best for their family. Put an amen so we know we're on the same page. So that you don't think I'm voter shaming, so that you don't think, so that when somebody comes out and accuses me of telling black people not to vote, you'll be able to correct them politely. We got to be polite with ignorant people. Ignorant ass people, you got to be, take your time because they're a little slow. Forgive them, for they know not what they do. The intelligence. So they're going to do what they typically do. They've done this. A lady at Ebony Magazine did this, and somebody, an editor there, had to correct her and say she said, "Well, Dr. Boyce is telling black people not to vote." She said, no. Dr. Boyce never told black people not to vote. She said that. She said, no, Dr. Boyce told black people to make their own decisions. And I'm really curious why. And it's not, I'm curious. I'm being a little sarcastic here when I say this, but I'm really curious why black people simply having the freedom to make their own choices is such a problem. Oh, I get it. Because you like to control black people, because you're doing the pimp thing. You pimping these folks. You got these folks showing up to the polls, voting because a white man told them to do it, not asking no questions, just like some of these pimping ass preachers do. Just don't ask no questions. Just put the money in the bucket. Don't ask no questions, right? Just like they do, just like they pimp you on the corporate plantation. The use and the exploitation of black people is a multi-trillion-dollar industry. It's very, black people who don't want to think are among the most profitable people on the planet, and the Democrats and the Republicans understand this. Everybody from the Candace Owenses all the way over to the Joe Bidens. Like Joe Biden can lock up your uncle, your daddy, your brother, and your cousin, and you'll still show up ready to tickle his testicles in the next election. That's a little weird to me. That's a little crazy to me. How can a man lock up damn near your whole family and then laugh about it without locking up his own son, who's the biggest crackhead in America, and you still show up and you still loyal to this man? Well, at that point, me and you ain't the same no more. Me and you are not the same. I'm not saying that you can't go vote for other reasons. I'm not saying that you can't make your own choice. You can make your choice. I'm not going to judge you. But we're not processing. We're not on the same wavelength, to be honest with you. Not that I'm better than you. Maybe I'm the dumb one. Maybe I'm the one who's a little lost. I have no idea. But I maybe I'm too lost to know that I'm lost. But at the same time, I just don't get it. So this video comes out, and I looked it up a little bit. I said, who created this cosmic fuckery? Who made this song? And it's called No Voting No Vucking, and it's by Trina and a rapper named Saucy. Saucy, it's a he. That's his. Those are his pronouns. He's a he. Well, maybe those aren't his. Maybe he's a she. I'm not Saucy. Just forget I said that. And in the song, the lyrics that were the most creative were, "Want to get this booty, better do your civic duty." And then Trina comes along and says something about gerrymandering her coochie. I don't want to gerrymander Trina's coochie because it's old and wrinkled and probably got some, it's probably been used a lot. That's not of interest to me. No disrespect, just the truth. Come on. I mean, it's Trina. Come on now. I mean, she's been selling sex for like 47 years. And what's interesting is I looked it up. I Googled it and I said, I said, who made this? Where did this come from? And there's this organization. What's this organization called? Whenever they're trying to brainwash black people or exploit them, they always sort of cloak it in false empowerment. And it's basically to promote a new app. I'm not even gonna say the name of the app because I'm not trying to participate in all that nonsense. And it's the group is called, I think it's called the Election Center, created in partnership with the When We All Vote initiative from Michelle Obama to increase voter registration throughout the United States. Now they ain't increasing. They're not increasing the reparations checks. They're not increasing the amount of work they're doing for black people. They're not giving you more. They're asking for more. So they're taking more without giving more. That's a sucker's trade, to be honest with you. And it says, let's see here. They want to shift the culture of voting and politics in the black community, amplify voices of black voters, and drive black voter registrations. So what is fascinating to me, and this is what I really want you to pay attention to now, the whole idea of the whole line about gerrymandering this coochie and all that, that's for another day. But what's interesting, and I want you to pay attention to this, is that most of the people who are telling you who to vote for are not actually forcing these politicians to do things for you of substance. Give me a yes or no. Yes or no. Have you heard any major leaders in the Democratic Party? Let's start with Joe Biden. Have you heard Joe Biden or Kamala Harris? Remember Chucks and Pearls? Y'all remember that, right? Have y'all heard Kamala Harris talk anything about reparations at all? Has Kamala Harris come out and said, it's about time, these black people have been treated badly. It's wrong the way they've been treated. They deserve to be compensated for what's been stolen from them. Trillions of dollars in property has been taken from black people. Give me a yes or no. Have you seen Kamala come out and give that speech? Has Kamala or Biden even gave a sentence to reparations? Okay, yes or no? Yes or no? I have not seen them really. I think Kamala did give one sentence where she said she's not going to talk about it. I think that's the most she's ever said about it is to say she's not going to say nothing about it. And then I want to ask you another question. Have you seen that? For those of you that think that I'm just being that I'm overreacting here, and I get it, I understand. You might feel that way. It's your right to believe this. We believe in freedom of speech on this platform, freedom of thought. You're welcome to disagree with me. But has anybody seen like a no voting, no vucking video campaign done for the Jewish community? Like, if you want a Jew, you got to go drink this brew. If you want, has anybody ever seen anything like that? Has anybody ever seen a campaign with strippers swinging from poles? Remember that? I think they did one with the strippers last time. I don't remember what it was called, but you know what I'm talking about. Has anybody seen any campaigns like that for Jewish people? Yes or no? Okay, so let me ask you this. So has anybody seen a campaign like this for the Asian community with some Asian people? Maybe they're doing karate and eating ramen noodles and shit, or something. I don't know. Has anybody seen any video? Give me a yes or no. I need everybody to answer because I need to know what's out there. Maybe I'm out of touch. Maybe I just don't know what's going on. Has anybody seen a marketing ad, like maybe a hip hop video or maybe something with some Chinese music or something to get Asians to like come vote by saying like if you vote you get to have sex or something? I don't know. Right? Okay. Has anybody seen a campaign used on the Arab community, maybe the Muslim community, just something that entices them? Maybe they offer them sex or drugs or chocolate chip cookies or something to come and vote. Anybody see anything like that? Okay, so here's the thing, and my point I want to make here is I want you to just at least consider this point. They create this specifically for you. This is specifically for you. This is a special brew made for you. This is them basically sitting in a room with their smartest people and saying, okay, we could actually do something for black folks, but we don't want to do that because that would be hard. So instead, let us find the thing that black people need and black people love, and let's give them that. And what they love is, first of all, they love their celebrities. Nielsen did a study, the Nielsen rating, the Nielsen ratings for TV, when they were explaining to corporations how to sell products to black people. One of the biggest headliners of this report was that black people are overly influenced by celebrities. This is what they say about you when you ain't around. I read white people's books too. I've taught white people. When I was teaching this area, this is what they say when you ain't around. They say those people they ain't the brightest bulb in the room. They're not. They're easy. They're a little bit like people that they're kind of like a little bit like animals and crackheads in a way where you just if you want a dog to do something, you don't speak logically to the dog. You don't try to persuade the dog. You don't have a intelligent conversation with the dog. You just offer some Scooby snacks. Put some dog food on the. Hey dog, come here, boy. Right, and the dog will come. Right. So they look at you and they say, okay, what can we offer to these people? This is how they look at you. This is not how I look at you. I do something that's absolutely destructive to my career. I assume that maybe you want to be intelligent. I talk to the intelligent folks. I talk to you like you got some damn sense. But that's not popular right now. Black people being smart is not particularly popular, right? I had a great conversation today with a guy named Tim Jackson, and we talked about the culture, this nonsense culture that they're pushing out here. Other people are funding this. You're not funding this. They push this culture that makes the black man look like a complete idiot who's driven by his penis, who doesn't even love his damn kids, who doesn't want to do anything except go back to prison, who wants to kill other black people. That's the image they put out of you. And so really, for them to make this video, well, think about this. They could have offered you. They could have said, no voting, no policy. They could have said, no voting, no reparations. They could have said, if you vote, we will have forums and we'll give you representation in office. We'll do certain things. We'll build your community. We'll invest $10 billion into your neighborhoods to give jobs to your kids. They could have did all of that, but instead they said, no, let's just go. Let's keep it basic. Let's go for the pussy. Let's just offer them sex. And that'll get them going. So they could have really offered in. It wouldn't be just sex. They could have offered like free crack pipes. They could have offered liquor, fried chicken. They could have offered cotton candy and bubble gum. Anything that releases endorphins that will help traumatized people feel better about their pain that they can become addicted to numb that pain, like sex. Come on, because you can't tell me on some of these apps, people looking for just meaningless sex with just anybody. That's why your HIV rates are through the damn roof. Saucy, you need to talk about that, little Saucy. Saucy, you need to talk about your brothers down in Atlanta who are infecting each other like insanity. I mean, y'all mad about COVID. Y'all ain't got nothing to say about the HIV rate. I'm worried about these poor kids. I'm not even making fun of it. I'm just saying, like, you got everybody raw dogging each other, and you ain't got nothing to say about that, Saucy. But Saucy got a whole lot to say about voting for the Democrats. So, and then if you vote for them, then you're going to get more opportunities to pass along STDs to other black people. That's just, there you go. That's a formula for success. That will make you great. That's how we make black people great again. Now, the other little point I got one more point I want to make about this video. And I'm not trying to be no hater. I know I spoil the party, and and I should be like bopping along and turning my brain off. I just can't do it. I'm sorry. I don't think that's my job. And Lil Saucy, who's Lil Saucy? Lil Saucy is the guy that was in this video with Trina. And the video was called No Voting, No Vucking. And basically it goes down and it's on my Instagram. My Instagram is The Real Boyce Watkins. And I put the whole video there so you can watch it for yourself and make your own opinion. Very catchy tune. It's like, no voting, no vucking. No voting, no vucking. And it basically says like this man he looks good. He makes money. He's funny. He got a big, but he don't vote, girl. So da-da-da-da-da. If you want to get this booty, you got to do your civic duty. Like that was the line that really kind of I thought was real interesting. So they offering booty for you to do your civic duty. So everybody who wants some booty, go do your civic duty. And there you go. The other thing that's interesting to me, besides the fact that there's this fundamental underlying assumption in a certain political strategy, particularly used by the Democratic Party, because they've been the ones who've been able to pimp you the most. The Republicans would probably pimp you if they could. They just can't pimp you as well as they can pimp, suburban or rural white folks. Those are the people they pimp. So besides the fact that they're assuming that you aren't that smart, that you are driven by animalistic behavior, instant gratification, that is a sign of a lost community. That is a sign of a weak society. The inability to rise above instant gratification through unhealthy food, irresponsible sex, irresponsible financial choices, or violent overreactions to each other, where you got black folks killing each other left and right. Like all these things, drugs, all this stuff is really a sign that you have this trauma. As a people, you have trauma. I mean, seriously, let's do a quick poll. How many of you? My wife is she's a clinical certified trauma professional, so she's an expert on trauma. So I know a lot about trauma just because I sleep with that woman every day. We sleep together and we do our pillow talk back and forth. Not the podcast pillow talk, that's part of it, but the rest is like her just telling me everything she learned. So I've learned a lot about trauma, and that's why I learned about my own trauma. So give me a yes or no. How many of y'all have been traumatized in your life? How many of y'all went through something as kids that you shouldn't have gone through as a child? How many of y'all lost a parent? Maybe daddy was never there. How many of y'all lived in a neighborhood where there was violence and gunshots? How many of y'all went through a scenario where you have relatives sent to prison? How many of y'all got beat up and bullied on your way home from school? How many of y'all have been in situations that maybe abuse, physical abuse, sexual abuse, anything like that? Poverty alone is traumatic. All that, being hungry is traumatic. Going to school hungry is traumatic, right? So how many of y'all, give me a yes in the room if you're traumatized, because I think you got to kind of admit that to yourself and admit that you deserve better than that, and you have to heal from that. And there's a pathway to that healing, and I encourage you to pursue that pathway. It starts with a good therapist. Y'all don't pay. See, this is your problem. This is part of your problem. You pay too much attention to these bullshit rappers, and you don't pay enough attention to your Black professionals who want to help you. You got therapists around every damn corner that want to help you, that are looking at our people and saying, oh my God, this is terrible. What is going on? And they want to help you, but you can't do it because you're distracted by the rapper who's telling you about how he had his 18th baby's mama and just shot somebody yesterday. And you think that's wonderful and fascinating. Like, you think that's cool, maybe because you think he's handsome or because she got a big booty. And what I'm trying to encourage you to do is just kind of take yourself up a notch if you're stuck in that space. We all kind of go through it. But I can just tell you that as people, we need something to deal with that trauma. And what is happening in the world is they're not really trying to help you. They're making fun of you. They're not laughing with you. They're laughing at you. They're not succeeding alongside you. They are exploiting you for their own success, because everybody can exploit the kid with the disability. Unethical people can exploit the kid with the disability. They might laugh at him. They might be like, "Oh, Billy, do that thing again when you tried to run." He's like, "You whatever," right? Like, I'm not trying to make fun of people that have a disability, but you know what I'm talking about. You know in high school how they would make fun of the kid that they had the mental disability or whatever. So they laugh at you. They laugh at you. They look at you and they say, "What's wrong with these people? Wow, these people are so entertaining when they're acting out their trauma. They act like complete asses in public." This man will literally get on the stage full of white people, hold it with 85 gold chains, 47 tattoos going up to his face, and hold his balls for an hour and call himself a nigga and talk about killing Black people. And we think that's amazing. That's so awesome, dude. Because we're not willing to do that to ourselves, but we're fascinated by the fact that you'll do that to each other. That is them basically cheering you on and enabling you to use whatever unhealthy coping mechanism you can come up with to deal with your trauma. They like it when they hear the Black man talk about how he drinks and smokes all day and has sex with 85 women a week and all this other stuff, because that's him acting out his trauma. And they think that's just really dandy. They just like to see that. And so these people don't care about you. These people don't want you to heal. These people don't want you to do better. They don't want to see you healthy and whole. They don't want to see you loving the Black woman. They don't want to see you loving Black men and big up in Black men. They don't want to see you taking care of your babies. They don't want to see you educating yourself. They don't want to see you building your wealth. They don't want to see you happy and prosperous. They want to see you smack dab in the middle, in the mud, in the disgust of all that trauma that was dumped on you at birth. They want you swimming in that. And then when you come out of that nasty mud and you're acting like a weirdo and you're acting crazy because you got mental health problems that have never been diagnosed nor treated, they love that. And they give you $1 million to do it on reality TV, and you look like a goddamn fool. You look crazy. You look stupid. They don't pay you money because they admire you. They pay you money because they can't believe that a human being would degrade themselves at that particular level. That's why some of your wealthiest Black people are some of the weirdest, most psychologically dysfunctional asshole buffoons that you will ever see in your life. I'm not kidding. It's sad. It's kind of crazy. And these are the people that become your leaders. And then you are surprised when half the damn community is being driven off a cliff. When you got neighborhoods run by your favorite politicians that ain't seen a bright day since 1975. When you got kids coming out of school, can't even halfway read, can't write, can't do math, have no future, already hooked on drugs, already listen to this. This is crazy. Do you know where the first article, when I looked up this video, where they're saying no voting, no fucking, basically, they're saying that if you vote, you'll get more sex or something. If you want to get this booty, you better do your civic duty and all that. I looked it up and I wanted to research it. Where did this come from? First article I found was in Teen Vogue. I kid you not, it was in Teen Vogue. And in Teen Vogue, they're presenting Trina and Saucy as role models for your kids. Like, these are role models. Like, it's so great to see them getting involved and empowering the community. And I'm like, wow. So you're telling 14-year-old kids that if you want to get this booty, better do your civic duty, and then you can gerrymander this coochie. That's what she said, gerrymander. I don't know what it means to gerrymander a vagina. I have to go look that up in a medical journal. But maybe that's a thing now. Maybe it's pleasurable. I have no idea. I have to ask my wife if she's heard anything about this. But this is what's interesting. This is what's fascinating, is that this is what's being presented as your role models. These are the successful Black people. So ultimately, what I'm just trying to say to y'all, man, is you got to stop. You know what? I would get it if somebody said, they're basically saying if you don't vote, they're saying to women and to men who sleep with men that if he doesn't vote, you should not have sex with him. That's the criteria. If you vote for the Democrats, even if they're giving you nothing, or the Republicans and they're giving you nothing, that will make me sleep with you. So what's interesting is I don't hear anybody saying, I won't sleep with a man who is getting high and drunk every day. I don't hear people saying, I won't sleep with a man who won't take care of his kids. How many men, think about this. Isn't it fascinating how many men, do you ever see like this guy with like 12 babies, mamas, and you're literally wondering like who signed up for this? Like how stupid or not stupid. I'm not gonna say stupid because that's kind of mean. How dysfunctional must these women be to know that you're sleeping with a highly diseased individual who has made it clear to you that he not only doesn't wear condoms but doesn't take care of his children? I'm sorry that nobody talks about this. I find that just fascinating. That nobody brings this up. Everybody's like, oh, well, it's a choice and they can do it. Okay, fine. They can do what they want. But I'm sitting there thinking, you got 14 kids. So that means you probably had sex about 10,000 times with probably like a few hundred women. You're probably, but this is where I lose touch. This is where I become an out of touch Black man because I'm a mathematician. I can do math. I can connect. I'm thinking, okay, if you multiply the number of people you slept with the number of people they slept with, so you got diseases coming in your body from about 100,000 people now, maybe 30, 40,000 people, and the only thing that she's talking about is how much money he makes. Like that's fascinating to me. That's absolutely fascinating. So there's no campaign to say don't sleep with him if he's high and drunk every day. There's no campaign saying don't sleep with him if he don't take care of his kids. There's no campaign saying don't sleep with him if he don't show up with an HIV test. Nobody's really talking about that. There's no campaign saying don't sleep with him if he is a person who might not take care of you long term or might not be there for you long term. There's none of that. There's no conversation about that. The only thing that matters in this video is if he votes or not, and then he deserves access to your womb and your vagina because he voted. You might want to think a little harder about that. Maybe your vagina's worth a little bit more than just being a meal ticket for the Democratic Party. That's just my 2 cents. I know maybe do I sound uppity when I say that? Do I sound like an uppity Black man when I say that maybe we shouldn't go selling our booties for the Democratic Party? That's what they said. They said if you want to get this booty, better do your civic duty. So, but my booty's not for sale. So anybody who's just so y'all know this. I really think that it's so we know that one thing that's clear is that this video was not meant for all Black people. Intelligent Black people, y'all too uppity. They think y'all think you better than everybody else. You're out of touch. Just know this. You're not connected to that culture. They're not gonna get you. You're not gonna get them. They think something's wrong with you. This was clearly made for people who aren't that thoughtful. This is made for people who, unfortunately, because of their trauma, have perhaps formed various addictions. Maybe sex is one of them. That says, look, if you do this, then then you deserve that, which is no different from, again, saying if you vote, we'll give you fried chicken, or if you vote, we'll give you ice cream so you can get more diabetes in your body. If you vote, you can have some crack, right? So ultimately, that's what this is. This is a pattern. I was waiting for a video like this to come out, and it just kind of says what it is. And the reason I'm talking about it is not because I'm trying to change anything. It's really because I just want you hip to the game so that you kind of understand how this dynamic works. You'll never get anything from these politicians until you start demanding it. The reason they've never given you anything is because you don't force them to do it. You vote. You are any group of people that is trained and tricked into voting without getting what you want is a damn sucker. Let me just say, you're a damn sucker. Jewish people don't vote if you ain't giving them what they want. Asian communities don't vote if you ain't giving them something of value. So don't you dare on any level, on any planet, and I don't care who says what, I don't care who gets mad about it, don't you dare ever go giving away something that is of value to you in exchange for somebody who wants to give you nothing back. If you ever want to understand why Black wealth is low and declining, why it's declining, it's because you've been trained as the only group of people in America to give everything and receive nothing in return. And the B1 philosophy says, look, I'll give you what you want, but you better give me what I want. Quid pro quo, very basic concept. This ain't rocket science. This ain't even algebra. So if you get this, stick to your guns. Don't let people talk you out of it. Don't let people bully you into submitting to various forms of political slavery. You stick to doing what's best for your family. Don't even do what I tell you to do. The only thing I'm even requesting that you do is to do what's best for you. I hope that's okay. I hope that works. I hope I'm sure somebody's going to misconstrue the whole conversation, and it's fine. They can do what they want to do. I don't give a damn about them. I give a damn about you. That's why I'm having this conversation. Okay, guys. So I'm out of here. If you are interested in going further with this type of thing, don't forget the All Black National Convention is 100% Black owned and Black funded. We're going to meet in Charlotte, North Carolina, October 28th through the 30th. So it's just in 3 weeks. You should bring your whole family. We have a whole track for children. The discounted hotel rooms are available for 3 more days. So if you actually, I put everything on my website. So if you go to boycewatkins.com, you can find the link to get a pass for the convention. They're cheaper online than at the door. You can also become a vendor if you have a Black-owned business, you want to make some money, or you can also get a discounted hotel room. All those links are on my website at boycewatkins.com. So I hope to see you there. Somebody says, where can I get this shirt? There's a URL. It was wokeblacktees.com, but right now I think that URL may not be up, so I gotta double check it. But yeah, this is the shirt that I actually created for myself because it represents what I believe. I ain't voting for shit if you ain't doing something for the people I love. If you ain't doing something for me and my people, I ain't got time for you. I don't want to hear from you. I'm not your buddy. I'm not your friend. I'm here to represent me and mine, and that's it. So at the end of the day, you got to play that game. If you don't play that game, because that's the game the white man plays. That's the game the strong Asian communities play this game. That's the game the strong Jewish communities play. The only people that don't play that game, that are willing to give away something for nothing, are the losers, the losing communities. And right now, unfortunately, a lot of your communities are losing. Some of y'all are winning. I meet a lot of y'all. I meet y'all when I go out in public and stuff like that. Some of y'all are winning. Some of y'all have $1 million in the bank. There's literally people watching this podcast now who have $1 million in assets, who control $1 million in real estate, who have gone from nothing to something, right? Raise your hand if you're in that category. A lot of you are doing really well, and I'm very proud of you for that. But remember, pay attention now. Did you get that way by doing what everybody else was doing? Yes or no? Did you get that way by following the crowd? No. Did you get that way by doing what they're putting in front of you on TV? No. So I'm just encouraging you, keep doing what you're doing, because that's what's winning. I hang out with the winners or the people that want to be winners. If you want to be a loser, then you're going to just get mad at me because I'm not trying to lose. So that's my 2 cents, guys. If you could, please hit that thumbs up button on your way out. Also, please subscribe to the channel. It'll help us grow. We're shadow banned everywhere because we talk about this black stuff, but I don't care. It doesn't matter. Even with a shadow ban, I can still get out there. So God bless you. If you want to share this video, I would really appreciate that. That might help in terms of getting the word out. Because again, like I told you, we don't get I have over 1 million subscribers, 1.4 million across different YouTube channels, and literally they block everything. So I don't reach even a fraction of the people that we should be reaching. But we are on Spotify. If you look up the Dr. Boyce Breakdown on Spotify, it's there. If you like this video or anything about it, if you could grab the link and share it, that would really help. And also, I'll see you guys at the convention. Go to BoyceWatkins.com. All the information about the convention's there. God bless you guys. Please have a great day. Love you. I'm about to go spend time with my wife, and I won't be gerrymandering her body parts. I think that was just nasty, Trina. You need to stop because you're about 87 years old, girl. You need to quit all that stuff. Talk to you later. Have a good day. Peace.
Here we are, clan the isms, cataclysm great. Our people out here struggling, trying to make it in this state. Everybody out here doing it, but we the ones who late. Now family, we the ones who gotta delegate. Get that money in the power, never be fake. Stick to cosign for 3. What did he say? Create jobs, support our own. Educate the same and buy back your home. Got 3 degrees, triple 10. 3 PhDs, now we on the CNN. DBTV, let's talk about negligence. Ignorance is bliss, but we can turn it to intelligence. Believe none of what you hear, half of what you see. Let's break it down here on Dr. Boyce TV. Here we are.